All right, welcome to the comic book shop of doom here on awesomestreaming.com. This video is inspired by another YouTuber, Charlie Jeffrey James, who did a video of this yesterday. Um, he did a video talking about how his mother got him the Wampa toy for Christmas 40 years ago. And it came up in my feed. So I watched the video and I put a comment down, and this is he basically said he read the comment and he says I should do a video or something on it. And so here's the story. Um, so Charlie Jeffrey James, that's his name. Look up his YouTube channel. Um, I had this toy too back when I was between 6 and 8 years old. And how I got it was my father and his mother, my grandmother, were really big on taking care of the gravestones of passed away relatives. And my grandma was from Valparaiso, Indiana. We live in the Chicagoland area. Okay, so it's the next state over, but it's not that far. It's less than an hour drive. So it was in the fall. It's got to be 80, 81, 82, somewhere in that period where my dad was like, we're gonna go out there. It was a Saturday. He's like, we're gonna go out there with your grandma. We're gonna take care of the graves. We're gonna clean them up for the winter. And we usually put like wreaths or something on them. And so we got in the car. We drive out there. We pass a Toys R Us. So of course, little 6 to 8 year old kid is like, "Hey, look, Dad, there's a Toys R Us." And my dad was like, his famous line was, "Well, if you're good, maybe we'll stop there on the way back." Okay, so that gives you initiative to not act up and be helpful and everything. And so we go out there, and it's a couple of hours where we got little trimmers and stuff like that and water, and we're washing the gravestones off from the bird droppings and cleaning up the tombstones and trimming the thing and raking away the leaves and everything. So I remember we were dressed pretty nice. I mean, not like suits or anything, but it was like nice clothes. And then afterwards, we went to Orville Redenbacher. He has Orville Redenbacher has, at the time, I don't know if it's still there, but he had a high-end chicken restaurant. So we went there for dinner. We ate like a chicken dinner. I mean, it was really good. They had the southern gravy on the chicken, mashed potatoes and stuff. I mean, it was excellent. It was excellent food. I remember that. And then on the way back, I remember the famous words of my father. Okay, we're gonna stop at Toys R Us. Your grandma's gonna stay in the car, and you and me are gonna go in. So we go in, and the usual protocol was we'd walk around there, and if I found a toy I liked, I'd ask my dad, "Well, what do you think?" And he'd look at the price and he'd be like, "Okay, we'll get this," or "No, that's too much. Get something else." Well, the Wampa, I want to say that thing was between $7 and $11. I mean, I want, for some reason I want to say it was like around $7. And my dad was like, "Okay, we'll get it," but he says, "Don't tell your grandma what we paid for this. We'll tell her less." Because my grandma was always, "Oh, you're wasting money," blah 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 blah. And she used to always call the action figures dolls. So, and I'm like, "Grandma, they're not dolls, they're action figures. I'm not a little girl." So it was kind of funny. But that's how I got the Wampa. And I mean, I played with that thing forever. And then later on, when we got into Marvel, the superhero guys, the Wampa used to stand in for Sasquatch of Alpha Flight because he's basically like the abominable snowman. He's a big guy and everything. So I would use him as my own Sasquatch. So there's another way of using the Wampa if it isn't for Star Wars. But yeah, it was a cool toy, and all of them, if you have all the Wampas now, I got that yellowing, that white always turn yellow and stuff. But I still got mine. It's like I'd have to find it, but I know where it'd be at. I got a couple boxes of toys and it'd be in there. But yeah, I got my $7 to $11 worth out of that Wampa over the years. Played with it endlessly. But that was always a story, Dad. Um, be good, help me out, and you'll get rewarded. And that's what I did. And that was my toy for the day. And it was, it blew a Saturday. My parents were divorced, and my dad used to get me on the weekends. And we went out to Valparaiso, which is where my grandma was from, and we cleaned up her family's graves. It was like her sister and her parents. And I mean, at the time, my grandma was like in her early 80s. So, I mean, it was, that was a long time ago. But it was, old, old, old. But I hope everybody enjoys this video. Check it out. It's great, great toy.